What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already found us, we're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel, where we post at least one cooking video a week. We try our best to post at least one cooking video a week. We've been a little bit busy. And then we have something on the weekends that we started called Sunday-Gunday, where we post Second Amendment content related to firearms, firearm safety, different kinds of tips and guidance, maneuvering in your everyday lives and certain times that we're living in. Tonight's going to be a gun review that we've been promising for a little bit. We just haven't had any time. It's been a little bit chaotic, moving to a secondary location like we told you guys, trying to get everything ready, that way we could make these videos a little bit better with some more room and stuff. So for tonight, it's going to be a quick one, nothing too complicated. Have a 380 right here and a nice pocket holster right here, made by Ruger. Set the holster aside. This is a 380 Ruger LCP. So it's a Ruger LCP chambered in 380 ACP. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the mag. The mag's loaded for YouTube. Set the mag aside. Safety check on this weapon. Nothing in the mag. No ammo in the chamber. Dry fire for YouTube. Weapon is safe. We're operating in a safe and controlled environment for YouTube. This is a very nice pistol. This is a pocket pistol. This actually was a gift by my father. My father bought me this gun a few years ago. He wanted me to have something something small that I could carry on me. Sometimes, you know, you're not, depending on how you're dressed and how you're what your setting is or what you're able to do, this gun's very handy. This is sometimes referred to as a mouse gun. This is a very small weapon, referred to as a mouse gun a lot. LCP. We're gonna set it aside right now real quick so we could do a disclosure. Put it back in this holster, right? So as usual, we give you guys a disclosure, and then we'll get into the specs for the weapon. This channel is for educational purposes only. We preach lawful self-defense. We're by no means gun fanatics. We're not giving any legal advice, of course. We're simply just voicing our opinions, and we're not claiming to be firearms experts. We're simply giving you reasons why you should maintain your firearms and what you should and should not do. Message for the trolls: as usual, we get trolls on the channel every once in a while, posting all kinds of weird stuff in the comment section, weird advertisements, and just all kinds of weird things. We're not going to tolerate it. We're just going to block you. We don't have any time for that. So that's the message for the trolls. We're coming from 16 years of law enforcement experience. Myself, I've been an armed security guard in the state of Florida since 2010. So 16 years doing the same job. Currently a full-time police officer. I've been a full-time police officer since January 2014 in the state of Florida. Been employed with all kinds of different security companies over the years, private sector security, Whack and Hunt, also known as G4S. Now it's, I believe it's Allied Universal. Worked for them for a while. I worked for the United States Department of Homeland Security, the federal government, for a short period of time, and worked for Blackwater, the Blackwater Agency, another security firm, for a few times, once or twice, separated and then went back. But that's just a little bit of experience so you guys could get where we're coming from and what we're trying to do on this channel. We're going to do our shout outs now, and then towards the end we'll do them again. We got 3 channels on YouTube that we collaborate with, posting the same kind of content we post. The first one is Gun Freak Nation with Uncle Terry. We have a lot of love for you. We enjoy watching your videos. Another Second Amendment advocate like us just wants you to be safe with your firearms and be responsible with those firearms. We've got the Alert Zone with Uncle James, another Second Amendment advocate, safety professional. Just wants you to be responsible with your weapons, and you know, all kinds of good content like fair use videos that we post as well. And then you have Trey 57 Production with Ramon up there in Pennsylvania, another Second Amendment advocate that just preaches lawful self-defense like us. No kind of illegal activity, no kind of threatening behavior or any kind of behavior. It's not justified, just good content, good sane, sober, moral, prudent behavior. That's what we like. That's what we want to preach, so people can just be responsible with your firearms. We don't want any irresponsible behavior. Seeing a lot of that lately on the news and locally where we live here. Been seeing a lot of crazy stuff going on. 2025, and it's not even halfway. We're not even halfway through 2025, so hopefully we don't see too much more of that. But for the firearm review for tonight, we're going back to the pistol here on my left. We've got the Ruger LCP. Got it in a nice pocket holster right here. This is a nice pocket holster that comes with the firearm, so you could keep it in the pocket, or if you have a fanny pack like what I have right here, I got a little fanny pack. You can put this pistol in the fanny pack without it having any kind of discharge. That's what we call in the firearm industry not negative, but a negligent discharge. When you if you're not careful and you let this thing discharge, it's not a accidental discharge. You know, a lot of people like to say it's accidental. It's negligent. Either way, it's negligent. You don't want to be negligent with your weapons. You want to be very safe, so keep the weapon in a holster. That's the right way to do it. That's what I do. I don't keep any weapons anywhere without it being in a holster. It's safer. It's just the way it should be. This weapon is very nice. This weapon right here is a 380 ACP. So 380, it's like the short brother of it's like the shorter version of a 9mm. It's the same diameter, the same all the way around thickness, but it's a shorter version of a 9. Very nice weapon. This weapon right here is double action. So double action, it's not single action. It's a double action weapon. Once again, firearm safe for YouTube. All right, trigger pull, pretty light. I would say it's like 4 pounds. This weapon's 380. The firearm size is weight wise is 9.4 ounces. So 9.4 ounces, a little bit under 10 ounces, and that's unloaded. So we'd say about a little bit under 10 ounces loaded. This weapon right here, double action. All right, that means every time that you pull the trigger, it's like a Glock. It goes back to the same double action trigger. It's not like a single action like the Beretta I showed you guys, which is double single, where you fire the first round and then the trigger is depressed halfway or more than halfway when you continue to shoot the second till the 15th round on the firearm. This weapon is the same as a Glock, operates the same. This is not a striker fired weapon. This is a hammer fired weapon, but this is a shrouded hammer, what we would call shrouded, or a hidden, concealed hammer. You have the hammer right there. You could kind of see it. It's hidden, it's concealed, but this is a hammer fired weapon from what I read up on the internet. This is a hammer fired weapon. It's not a striker fired weapon like your Glocks or some of your H&Ks and Smith & Wesson. This is a hammer fired double action, 9.4 ounces, empty. All right, the overall length this way is 5.16 inches. So 5 and some change inches this way. The barrel is actually 2.75 inches. So the barrel right here, when we slide this back, you got your entire barrel right here. It's 2.75, but the entire slide is 5.16. So almost a little bit under 5.5 inches this way. The width, so wide right here, is under an inch, 0.82. And then the height on this weapon is 3.6 inches, so 3.6 this way. All right, the sights on this are very basic sights. Show you guys the sights right here, very basic. There's no nothing special about these sights. They're very, very basic sights. You don't have any kind of infrared or any kind of just like the basic Glock sights. You don't have anything, any kind of paint or anything on there. You could do that if you want. If you want to alter the weapon, you want to add some paint or something to it, I wouldn't recommend it for a carry weapon. I wouldn't recommend altering this weapon at all. If you get into a self-defense incident and you alter a weapon in any form, you're always looking at liability when it comes to the courts, and when it comes to any kind of modifications to your weapons. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it for weapons that they don't carry. Some do it for weapons that they do carry. I don't recommend it. Again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a legal expert. Just giving you guys some guidance and simple guidance. I wouldn't recommend doing anything to the weapon if it ain't come that way from the factory. Any kind of alterations, any kind of modifications to a weapon, you know, you're always putting yourself at risk. Now, something like painting the sights might be a big deal, but if you get an overzealous prosecutor and you happen to use this weapon in self-defense and something goes wrong, or it's not clear cut, situation is not clear cut, something as far as just painting these red or orange, or painting them white, painting them green, could lead to all kinds of issues, all kinds of legal issues. People can perceive things to be a certain way when you weren't intending that, so you just have to be very careful. I wouldn't recommend doing any modifications. If you want something that has better sights, I would recommend just getting something that's already like that, unless you could replace these sights, which these are fixed, so you can't replace these sights. A lot of people replace the sights because those sights are sold separately. That's a different story. But as far as you adding paint or doing anything like that to a weapon like this, I wouldn't recommend it. All right, so just a little bit of guidance for you guys on that. All right, this gun right here is 6. It holds 6 rounds in the mag, so 6 rounds right here. 6 rounds in the mag. The mag's side, it's not in the weapon. Once again, for YouTube, right? Dry fire. So this weapon holds 6 in the mag, and you could go ahead and top off 1 right here on top. So it's a total of 7 rounds of 380. This is a very nice weapon, very lightweight. You know, you could carry this in an ankle holster if you're working any kind of law enforcement or security. If you're just private citizen, you're trying to go to the bank or go do your groceries and you don't want to be unarmed, you want to have something on you, I would recommend something like this. It's very small, very flat weapon, very flat, and it's on the market right now price wise. This weapon right here, this is American made. Ruger is a very dependable manufacturer of weapons. American made. This right now on the market you can get for about $259. I've seen other sites where this weapon might go for $190, $200, $199. Sometimes there's specials, law enforcement security discounts you can get if you work in any kind of law enforcement security, or if you get it on a deal. Sometimes you could get these weapons on sale. This one right here, about $200. You can find it on certain websites if you just Google search this weapon. But overall, this weapon's very nice. Recoil is not that bad. I've fired this weapon. I mean, it's very lightweight, so you're gonna feel a little bit more of a kick on this kind of a weapon as opposed to a 380 like the Glock I showed you guys that I have. I have a 380 Glock 42 that I carry for work as a backup. This is gonna kick a little bit more just because it's so much lighter, but overall it's not something so crazy. It's not like a 357 Magnum or something, a featherweight revolver that's chambered in 357. It's not going to kick that much. It's just you just have to take it into consideration. This is a smaller pocket pistol. Again, like I told you, it's often referred to as a mouse gun. So it's very compact. LCP, Ruger LCP stands for lightweight compact pistol. And so you have that. That's your specs on this weapon. Once again, the Ruger LCP, chambered in 380 ACP. Very nice weapon. You have a bunch of different holsters for this weapon. You've got the inside the waistband plastic holsters that they sell. They're very affordable. Clips on like a cell phone. You know, you just clip it to your waistband and you'll forget it's even there. You could throw this in a pocket. Once again, you could throw it in a pocket. You got your pocket holster right here that comes with the weapon when you buy it from the company. Buy it directly from the company. Very nice flat Velcro style holster made by Ruger. Once again, American made weapon. Very nice weapon. I definitely, I would, if I'm carrying a separate weapon on me, so if I'm not carrying a primary weapon on me, if I do have a primary, excuse me, if I have a primary, I would carry this. This would be what I would carry as a secondary weapon if I'm just somebody that has just wants to have a second weapon on my person, on a fanny pack or something. In the fanny pack, you'll barely feel this weapon. It's very flat once again, and it's good. I mean, even as a primary concealed carrier, if I were to carry this, I mean, I don't usually carry this because I have another weapon I carry, but this right here, it's a very good choice. I've carried this for years. Very dependable weapon. Ruger has a very good policy in place. If you have any kind of issues, I had one of these years ago that had a malfunction and had the one of the springs that came out of the side of this weapon when I was using it at the range, and the this piece right here, I forgot what it's called, but the extractor right here on the side just blew off the side of the weapon. It was defective, so they went ahead. Ruger gave me a brand new pistol. This one right here, brand new with no questions asked. So Ruger's very dependable. I'm gonna set this weapon aside. Ruger's very dependable when it comes to their product, and if you have any issues with the weapon, they'll reimburse you, or they'll provide you with a new weapon. So definitely something to consider. They have a guarantee in place, which is good. You get your money's worth with that. So for tonight, that's the review. We had the Ruger LCP chambered in 380. Very nice weapon. Go ahead and share the video, and if you have any questions, just put in the comment section. We have no problem answering your questions if you have any questions regarding our content. Once again, we're doing our shout outs for tonight. It's going to be Gun Freak Nation with T Electric. All right, president of Gun Freak Nation, Uncle Terry. We've got Trey 57 Production with up there in Pennsylvania with Ramon. And then we have the Alert Zone TV with Uncle James. Once again, these are three Second Amendment advocates like us that preach all kinds of lawful self-defense and good content, and we're collaborating with. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, this is the review of the Ruger LCP lightweight compact pistol chambered in 380. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.